Whitash Furnishings is a proud sponsor of the Buddy Pough Show.
This Morgan State team that South Carolina State faced on Saturday, a very good defensive team, Coach. This team was ranked number 4 in football championship subdivision teams, only giving up 139 yards passing the game.
Well, they don't give up many yards, period. And they're always tough against us, but, you know, we were able to get some things going here. We kick off to them and do a pretty good job. Kristen Thompson and Raz and Tillman Millhouse get on the play, and then they start off right off the bat with that Carlton Jackson guy, that quarterback run, and, you know, eventually Julius and get him down, but you know, he's a tough guy. And then what happens is then they run another little inside zone play, and Julius and David Irby get him down here.
Devin James, running back for Morgan State last year, finished 2nd in the conference in rushing to Will Ford. Will had a good day running the football. His first carry, he gets 11 yards.
Yeah, Will got over 100 yards this game. I was really excited about that. Now, he's about 155 yards short of the record, so, you know, we got our work cut out for us. At least we know we got 2 more games, but, you know, we throw the ball out here on the bubble screen to Matt Watson. Matt shows some of his toughness, and, you know, Chris Massey and Terrence Smith are blocking for him out there, and then we go another little play-action ball here and throw the ball out to the flat. It's a nice little play here to Terrence Smith, and Terrence shows what he's really about here. He might be as good after the catch as anybody we've got, and, you know, it's not all about quickness, it's about toughness and a whole lot of other stuff. And then we actually get backed up here, and then we throw a screen ball out to Will, and, you know, get a nice little run here by Will. You see some good blocks out there by, you know, our offensive line guys.
Will Ford, 19-yard pass from Malcolm Long. 9 plays, 77-yard drive. Took 3.5 minutes. South Carolina State up 7-0, still in the first quarter with 9 minutes to go. Back to the defensive front. And they threw this little screen out, a little swing pass out to Diggs, and this was a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, what they do is they actually have a running play call, and if you add enough people to the box, then, you know, they'll actually throw it out there as opposed to give it to the running back. And Phillip Adams almost got another interception there. If he had gotten that one, he would have had 3, you know, touchdowns in a row from interceptions. He didn't quite make that play, but then they punt to Trey Young here, and you see Trey doing what he does best at getting north and south, getting his yardage. And then, you know, we've seen that very early that they're trying to add a lot of people here to the box to add, you know, for the run defense. And, you know, we go over the top to Trey here for a touchdown on a deep ball.
45 yards on that pass from Malcolm Long to Trey Young. Trey Young, over 300 yards in total in all-purpose yards. What an afternoon for him.
Yeah, and you see our PAT operation here. David Davis from Columbia, South Carolina, had to do all of our snapping this week because Nate Smith, our regular snapper, you know, had the flu all week. So he gets in there and does a good job, has good snaps all week. And then Carlton Jackson gets back here. He, you know, threads the needle in here. I don't see how he gets this ball in here. And then, you know, this is what he's giving us a problem with. You know, he drops back to throw, and, you know, we don't really get him corralled, and he gets to running. Julius Wilson finally gets him down here. I see Arnett James running behind him there on the side, but, you know, we don't get him down soon enough. And then Marcus takes kind of a bad angle. They get this thing down close, and eventually he pulls up the throw, can't find anybody, runs a little bit, gets in the end zone.
Carlton Jackson, that was a 10-play, 69-yard drive. Took 4 minutes and 17 seconds. And just when you thought that the Bulldogs might run away with this thing, Morgan State, a lot of life. You got a ball game here in the second quarter now. Malcolm coming back with the delivery.
Yeah, this is Malcolm to Trey here again. I don't think we get much out of this drive, but, you know, Trey gets it down to about the 30-yard line and I think that might have been a third down conversion play,
too. It was
too.
third down.
Right, and then we come back here with Malcolm trying to find somebody on a 4th down play, and we don't get anything here. We actually throw it. Ain't far enough to, you know, to get a first down anyway, but they call him out of bounds, so it doesn't work here. And then, you know, they get another little drive going, and Jackson runs, you know, basically right down the middle, right at the front, right at the middle of our defense, and get some yardage there. But we do get him down, and we come back here, and
Samaj Moody comes over with a big play here. And this was probably, Coach, the turning point in the football game.
This was a really good. Samaj has got a knack for laying off and making them look like they're open, and then he, you know, comes up and gets the play here, and then we go over to another deep ball here. Malcolm finds enough space here to get it off, and didn't quite get it to a point where he can run on in. We need to run that thing on in, but, you know, we do get it down the field here to Trey. Another really long ball, and then I think we come back here and throw a corner route here to Terrence Smith for a touchdown.
It was a 60-yard pass play from Malcolm Long to Trey Young, then a 10-yard pass play to Terrence Smith for the touchdown. 4-play, 73-yard drive. Blake Erickson on for the point after touchdown. That made it 21-7. South Carolina State feel a little bit more comfortable at this point, Coach, after getting up 2 scores.
Yeah, anytime you're worried a little bit about the fact that these teams might come back on you, and this team has a history of coming back on us, and you're looking to get as many scores as you possibly can. You see David Irving, making a nice sack there, and they don't quite get the punt off here. Latarius Douglas finally gets him down. I thought he was going to get a chance to punt it there again, but we did finally get him down, and don't quite, a little bit off kilter here, don't quite get this thing all the way in. We get a screen ball off here to Will right at the beginning, and we go for a field goal, and we miss the field goal, but then they do rough the kicker, and we come back and get another chance, and then we drive it down here again, but we still don't get it in. Will, on the little old little ISO play, don't really find the spot there quite right, and we end up having to kick the field goal here again, but he does make it this time.
Blake Erickson, a 29-yard field goal. 4-play, basically 3 yards, took 50 seconds, 24-7 South Carolina State. But, Coach, during your program, that field goal unit, that special teams has really improved to the point, those are points you begin to count on.
Right. We think that we can make those pretty much any time. That's Raphael Bush making a play there in the backfield. And then David Irby again, he jumps around. And lots of times if somebody blocks you in college football, that's generally about it. But, you really got to block David Irby, because if not, then he's going to run around and make a play. And they run a little screen ball here. Raphael Bush actually knocks the ball loose here. Thought Marquis was going to pick it up and run, but he fell on it and then kind of tried to get up and run. You can't do that in college football, Marquis.
Bulldogs get the football back on the turnover. Malcolm steps up in the pocket and finds Terrence Smith. And again, Terrence Smith, 5 catches on the day, 70 yards. If it weren't for Trey Young, he'd probably be your number 1 guy.
I guarantee you, he is our number 1 guy, although he doesn't have quite as many catches as Trey. But, this is another field goal. We don't quite get this one in, but we do get that field goal. And you're right, it's good to be able to know that we're going to make those.
I'll tell you what, that was where the first half ended Saturday. South Carolina State leading Morgan State 27-7. It's halftime here on the Buddy Pough Show. We will come back with more in just a moment.